Goodness to you, it's Sporty King, and I'm coming to you with my hoarse voice and still saying that the reason I say goodness is because I don't know whether you're watching morning, afternoon, or evening. But isn't it great to have good in front of your salutation? Wow. Believe it or not, I sound better than I sounded yesterday. Wait, let me see if this will help. Just slightly. Ah, yes. Okay. Anyway, hey, welcome to Gift Friday. I created it because so often we hear TGIF. Thank God it's Friday. But I say, what allure does Friday have to the person that took their last breath on Thursday or any day before that for that matter? Therefore, I use what I learned through Psalm 92 and 2. It is good to proclaim your unfailing love in the morning, your faithfulness in the evening. Therefore, instead of TGIF, I use TGIT. Thank God it's today. And then TGIT. Thank God it's tonight. Thus, I get to add the lesson I learned in Matthew 6 and 34. So don't worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow will bring its own worries. Thank God it's tonight. Today's trouble is enough for today. Thank God it's today. You see, it's a victorious cycle because the darkness always comes before the light. So you don't have to worry what order you say it in, but you do have to give thanks that you do get to say it in order. But so therefore, first I offer you, instead of throwing TGIF out the window, I offer you another use for it. How about trusting God is free? Trusting God is free. Think about it. What does it cost you to receive the greatest gift of every day? The gift and blessing of waking up doesn't cost you a dime. Therefore, what we can do with TGIF is if we take the T from the front, move it to the end, we get GIFT, and what we should be thanking God for all along anyway. And that is the fact that God is for today. GIFT. Gift Friday is the online sharing of one of my original poetic messages and its possible use for conversation, presentation, live or virtual, as well as just self motivation and inspiration. If you like a free copy, each poem will be my gift to you. After I read it, I'll be happy to send you a free PDF colorful copy. And if you like that and you aren't on my mailing list and you're watching on Facebook or LinkedIn, just email me at sportyking.com and I'll send you one. The reason I say email me is because if I send it, if you put the net message here in the thread and I send it, it'll look like spam to your security system. But if you send me an email, I will be responding to your email and therefore it'll go through your spam filters. If you're on YouTube or watching on my website, then just drop that in the comments, not the thread. The thread gets erased after the broadcast. Okay? Meanwhile, this week, I've chosen a poem from my book, A Poet in Every Prophet, a book that reminds and encourages any writer that their gift cannot be measured by public approval. The words you put on paper are gifted to you from God as only you can express them. You may not be a prophet by the dictionary definition, yet there are times where your words foretell the future. So, above all things, consider each poem you write as good, for it is an expression through you for someone who you may never know. Meanwhile, today's gift was created through me as I was on my goodbye tour in 2009, leaving Chicago in 2010 to begin my life in Charlotte. And as I was rereading it these 13 years later, it reminded me of the phrase, we had to make do. Have you ever said that? We had to make do, which is defined as to manage to live without things that you would like to have or with things of a worse quality than you would like. Which made me think of another phrase: my time will come. Because so often we hear people use it and talking about patience and especially blessings. Yet there are instances where we get stuck or frustrated and let the phrase represent revenge. I believe that it's during those instances that we don't realize that not only do we need our time to come, we need to wait our turn. And when it comes, we must get it together, make do, and celebrate because there's a good chance it won't look like what we expected. Here's how I introduced the poem in the book. These next six poems, this was one of six, but I'm only going to read one. Don't settle in for six. These next poems were written through the eyes and spirits of seasoned citizens during our monthly session through Chicago's Department on Aging. We would take a theme word and create a word bank. A word bank is where you come up with words for each letter of your theme. The challenge then becomes to get as many of the words as possible into your poem. Our theme this day was the word made, M-A-D-E, which I don't even know why we had that as our theme word. And we wrote a poem called We Made It. Here are the words that my 14 seasoned citizens in the session that day gave me. For M, they gave me Martha, Mary, Mother, and Mature. For A, Angel, Ask, Average, Already. D, Deliverance, Disciples, and Divine. And E, Evil, Eternity, and Earnest. I'm showing you them because, as you can see, there's no necessary rhyme or reason to the words that they gave me to work with. I had to make do with what they gave me to work with. And I had to get all of those words into the poem. Here it is. We made it. These children of yesterday aren't supposed to be here today. Yes, that's us. And each of us has already outlived some sort of evil that sought to snatch us from the jaws of deliverance. Not so much because we were on the case, but because our angel is. You see, unlike Martha, our angels didn't worry about the minutes because they understand that the answer is in the moments. With each step in our journey to survive, they don't judge. They don't judge or rate us. They adjust, and we get to be living proof that we're alive. And believe it or not, our angels don't have names like Mary or Joseph. They have places in our hearts and titles that can't tarnish: mother, father, daughter, son. They're a divine mixture of the average and mature. They're our disciples dedicated to making life fun. They've been around for an eternity and they know the way. So our earnest prayer is to listen and learn. Our patience and prayer reminds us that our ship has come in. Not only is this our time, but it's our turn. Continue to make do and remember to celebrate along the way. Realize that blessings won't always look as expected. Yet you should always look and expect them. If you'd like to enjoy and share your colorful keepsake copy of the poem and you're not on my mailing list, as I mentioned, email me if you're on YouTube, on Facebook or LinkedIn at sporty@sportyking.com. If you're watching on Facebook or LinkedIn, on YouTube or my website, just drop it in the comment section. I'm Sporty King. And I wish you a happy, a happy Gift Friday, a happy weekend, and a happy Gift Friday. Have a safe weekend. And remember the gift, and that is that God is for today. Amen. What's up, Mike Grundy? This is not normally my interactive day, but I got to give my shout outs when I see my brother online. God bless you, man, and keep things going well in Dallas. Hope to see you soon. Everybody else, if you're watching on the video, thanks again. Don't worry, my voice is going to get better. It was better this morning, and it's going to get better again. Over and out. Ciao.